Hello there, Brett Sheldon here from Your Business World. And it's only been a week since we started our video series where we're reviewing networking events. And already we've started having questions come through, which is brilliant. Now, one question stands out more than any other so far. And that question quite simply is, how is it best to go about finding events? Brilliant question. So I'm going to cut to me and I'm going to let you know the two ways how I go about finding events. So it comes as no surprise that the first way I go about finding events is using the internet. Now, I'm not talking here about using the event directories, and there's lots of them about there, because there's some real problems with these directories. The first big problem I actually come across is actually the search functionality within them, quite frankly, is pants. Now, to prove this, I actually went online this morning and actually did a search for networking events in Birmingham, and these are the top 4 events that came up. Now, I've written these behind the camera so I don't get these wrong. I have written them down. Number 1, the first one which came up was titled, and I do not lie, Who is Jesus Christ to Us? The second event was the Church's Fellowship for Psychological and Spiritual Studies Annual Conference. Easy for some to say. The third, I'm not lying here, is a Q&A regarding Canadian immigration. And the fourth was a films showcase being held at the MAC, I think it's an arts centre. It used to be a cinema, but it's an arts centre in Birmingham. It was only the 5th one which actually came up as a networking event, but by somebody I've never heard of, an organisation I have never come across. And remember, I've been in my game for 15 years and I go to about 2 to 3 events a week. Never come across it, so I might go to that to find out what it's all about. But that's a massive problem with the search functionality. Trust me, it will frustrate the hell out of you. Now, the other problem with these directories is they get swamped by certain organisations. Now, they've not done anything wrong, but basically the way they monetize these sites, not only is it through advertising, but also through paid promotion. And certain organisations have a premium price point for joining those organisations, and they run lots and lots and lots of events off the back of it for those individual groups. Now, in the West Midlands area, we're talking here BNI, Sterling Networking, and also we're talking Bob Clubs, and between all of them you're talking there's got to be at least 50 events a week going on, but these are 50 individual groups and they get swamped. So from week to week you'll just see a massive long line of that, and also because it's in their interest to get them at the top of the list, they pay for those premium features. It means you as a consumer trying to search through all this lot, it's a pain in the backside. But luckily for you, there is a little piece of software which was developed about 20 years ago. It's not mainstream, so you may not have heard of it, but it'll make your life a lot easier, and that piece of software is called Google. So Google is brilliant for finding events because just because of how Google works. Google became so popular as a search engine because whenever you type into the actual into the browser, or basically what you're looking for, it goes out and tries to find the most relevant content for you and bring it back. So if you type in business networking in Birmingham, it'll go bring back and only find business events for you. And it's really come on over the last few years. So that's the only thing I ever use these days for finding events, and specifically, put my teeth back in, specifically for in-person events. And just to show you there, I've done a live test this morning of finding events. Okay then, so let's do a live test of this newfangled software called Google, and let's see what it finds for me. So, okay, so networking events near me, I've already got that typed in. Simply scroll down, obviously you've got the list here, try and find more events, and let's see what it comes up with. So, okay, yeah, whole list of events here on the left hand side. Okay, let's see what we've got. So, third Thursdays, that's going to be the Chamber of Commerce, Birmingham Latte. And I guess that's got to be Mark Linton. So yeah, well, there you go. There's his cheesy grin on that one. Let's have a look down here. Okay, property event. Some I've never heard of before, which is cool. Okay, Creatives Network. Never heard of that one. Okay. Okay, the Business Club at Astonwood Golf Club. So you'll find Mark Tonks there. There's a whole stuff. Here we go. One here about from NatWest. So that'll be here you go. The NatWest Accelerator Hub. What else have we got? There you go, the Breakfast Club. That's where I did my first review. Good event that was. So Google. Google's brilliant because what it does it will actually go and search all the directories for you and pull out the relevant stuff, and you won't have to trawl through things for speed dating, blatant sales pitches, and as I found out this morning, lots of events for Jesus. So there you have it. Google. Nothing more than that. Nice long list of events around me. Now, by you, it might be slightly different, but there was not a single showing in there of the event titled, and I quote, "Who is Jesus Christ to us?" which has got no relevance in any way, shape or form to networking. So I mentioned at the start of this video that there are two ways that I go about finding events, and the second way is actually common sense, but I find we live in a world which quite frankly, common sense isn't that common, and that's simply to ask around. What I find in general, networkers are just a nice bunch. We will gladly share information, and if we're asked the right questions, we will help anybody on their journey. Now, if you're new to networking, this is particularly valuable because what we'll also share, apart from which events are going on, we'll also share our experiences. As with anything else in life, if you go networking enough, you will come across some horrors. And we will, well, I certainly will, and pretty much everybody I know, we don't want other people to go through the horrors that we may have been. So we'll gladly steer you to the things that we think will be right for you. And for a new networker, that is so valuable, it's unreal. There is also another benefit as well, and that's this. If you don't know, there's a bit of a weird standoff at the moment in the networking world between in-person and online networking. It's people say it's not there, it is. But people who go in-person networking will probably have to tell you more about other in-person events. Online networkers will tell you about other online networking events, and in general they're the more difficult ones to find. So it's worthwhile mixing up what you're doing and asking different people and then forming your own decisions. So there you go. That's my two methods of how I find networking events. You're probably thinking about some kind of wonder site or this secret way of doing things. No, most of it is common sense and doing things logically. But how do you go about finding events? Is there something that you've come across that you find that is absolutely fabulous? Do you know something, perhaps a particular setting with an Eventbrite? Please put them in the comments. The idea behind these videos is sharing knowledge to help people on whatever journey they may be on. So, like I say, when you start out networking, above all, enjoy it. Find what works for you. Share that love to other people. Freely share the information you find, because if we all do that, it makes the community a much, much, much better place, doesn't it? So for me to finish, thank you very much for watching. If you do like this video and would like to find more tips, perhaps how to network better, or certainly the reviews that we're doing on different events around the country, please subscribe to the channel, click that little bell icon so when we produce the new, especially for these reviews, you'll then be notified when they happen. And thank you very much for watching. Oh, by the way, if you do want to see those first two reviews, we have put links above here, up there. So yeah, please watch them. Please feel free to comment. And thank you very much again for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.